Hey, we are live, everybody, here from Cherry Hill, the Connecticut School of Broadcasting. I'm here with Scott Bolden. It is snowing outside. It is deadly. If you get hit by a car, you're dead. You're going to slide all over the road. It's raining like cats and dogs out there, but it's snow-like form. What do you have to say today, Scott?
What's going on, guys? Welcome to another episode of the Philly Guys. Scott and Kyle. Let's have a good show today before the New Year's.
Yeah, exactly. And I can't wait. Tomorrow's New Year's. I'm going to New York for it. I can't wait until it's going to be epic. But first things first, before New Year's tomorrow, we have to get through Week 17 in the Dallas Cowboys. What are your thoughts on this meaningless game for the Birds?
Meaningless game, Week 17 is finally here. It's finally almost playoff time for Philadelphia Eagles because we've been waiting at least a month now, right? We know we were going to be the number 1 or number 2 seed for a long time now. Meaningless game, looks like the starters aren't going to play though, just to get Nick Foles some much-needed reps after not his best performance on Monday night, to say the least. I'm not going to shit on your guy there, your boy.
Yeah.
But he did have his best game, and I think a division rival, so the Cowboys will be a good test for him to just get him back into the swing of things. So that's all I'm looking for. The win would be nice to go 14-2, have the best record in franchise history, 6-0 in the division. But I'm just looking for improvement and looking to build something, heading into the postseason.
All right, and just to let everybody know, we do have a phone line today. We'll give out the number as soon as we hit our peak in viewers. But I do have a bone to pick with the fans and Scotty because after what I saw last Monday, it wasn't a good game by Nick Foles. I think we all know that. But the fact that it's one game and the fan base is already jumping ship after winning the game just bothers me. Like, I don't know. I've been dealing with it for years as an Eagles fan, just seeing these bipolar fans come out of nowhere saying that we're not going to do anything, and then Nick Foles shows up against Dallas in a meaningless game, and they're like, oh, it's meaningless. Let's see what he does in the playoffs. And then he absolutely turns it on in the playoffs, and then they're back on the ship. Our fans are what they are. They're bipolar. We're the most bipolar fan base in the NFL, and it is what it is. You're going to have to deal with it. I deal with it week in and week out.
You're not calling me bipolar, are you?
I am calling you bipolar, Scotty. I have to put you in that crowd because it's aggravating. Me, you, and Rob, we went to the game at MetLife Stadium where Nick Foles had a brilliant day, 4 touchdowns. I know it was against the New York Giants' crappy defense. Landon Collins was out, whatever. But with that being said, the guy looked spectacular, and he has one bad game that he wins against the Oakland Raiders on Monday night, and everyone says he sucks and we're not going to do anything. I just want to get your thoughts on it because I know you hate Nick Foles. So I just want to hear what you say.
The record is great. I do not hate Nick Foles, St. Nick. He is the quarterback of the Eagles, ride or die with Nick Foles at this point. My expectations just changed when Wentz got hurt. Am I allowed to say that? Is that okay to say? It's the truth, it's reality. You can't hide the truth. I'm Nick Foles. I want to win. I don't want to go away. Well, my expectations are just different. I'm taking it one game at a time. I wasn't like the classic fan of the bipolar fan just saying for the Raiders being, fuck this team. We're not going anywhere now. We're going to be one and done. I'm just, we just got to improve on some things. I'm still positive. We won the game. We have the number 1 seed. As long as we win, we're going to be at home field into the Super Bowl. So I'm more positive than you think. I don't hate Nick Foles. I just see flaws in Nick Foles. His footing, he's a giraffe. But besides that, he's a good quarterback.
All right, and before I get on to that whole giraffe thing, let me ask the viewers out there, how bad is it echoing? Because I'm getting comments in the comment section. I want to know if it's bad enough to have Scotty go into a different room again, or if you guys can take it the whole episode and not be bothered by it. Because if you're bothered by it, we definitely don't want that. As the host.
Yeah, we definitely want to accommodate the viewers. You guys pretty much mean everything, so we'll do anything you want us to do.
Exactly. I'll get back to that draft topic again. Trust me, I will. It's not awful. It's fine. Okay, so we'll keep on going with it for right now. But when we get the calls in, we have to be perfect with that because I want to see some trolls call in today. I want to see some of the dumb fucking idiots in the comment section.
Bipolar fans?
No, not the bipolar fans. The non-fans that just come on here to bust balls every single week.
You mean the cow bitch fans? We're going to get any of them today?
No. I want to see everybody call in. Everybody from any fan base, any country in the world, Iraq, Africa. Well, Africa's a continent, but you know what I mean. I want to see everyone call in that genuinely hates me and Scotty. Like, I want you guys to call in and tell us what's your beef with us. Like, that would be pretty awesome. I like that. If there are any people that hate us out there. I'm not saying it's everybody. I'm just saying that there's a bunch of people out there that have Twitter fingers, YouTube fingers. That's about it. But with that being said, I'm going to get back to the draft part. So, you keep saying Nick Foles is giraffe. All right. I take it as he's big, he's slow, and he doesn't do much. All right. I totally disagree. In 2013, I'm going back to 2013. 27 touchdowns, 2 interceptions, was on par with Tom Brady. Okay, should have been MVP that year, but he only played, I think, 9 games.
How long was that? 4 years ago?
That was 4 years ago. But you cannot take that away from the guy, because if someone has a season like that as a professional football player against other professional teams, all right, with the talent that we had, it wasn't as good as this team. You can't take away from that because he has the experience to do what he does, and he has playoff experience. He left that field with a lead. So I want to get your opinion on if you think Nick Foles can do enough to go into the playoffs, be serviceable, have our defense shut down opponents, and us at least go to the Super Bowl.
All right, I'm going to say yes, but on one thing, something so we can go to our topic to talk about. Sidney Jones' debut on Sunday.
Mm-hmm.
A potential number 1 quarterback, should have been a first-round pick. You know, if he didn't actually a year ago, I found this out that he plays the last game, so he's playing his next game exactly a year on Sunday when he got hurt. He could be a huge difference maker in the secondary, to the defense, to the whole team. You don't think so?
I mean, he can eventually. Not really. I feel that you should deactivate him for the playoffs.
I thought you wanted to play all hands on deck.
Not anymore. Because I feel like,
especially with the defense not playing as good as they were when you made
the players that were here all season, you need to stick with them. Sidney Jones, if he gets hurt in the playoffs, he's useless for not just the playoffs, but for next season. So, I mean, you have to be careful with someone like Sidney Jones. I thought about this, trust me. I did want him activated. But is he activated for the postseason roster?
I mean, he's activated for the 53-man roster, so we'll have to see. I definitely think, I mean, you're in the playoffs already. You know, you said you have a chance with Nick Foles. You're not worried about Foles. Then I say all hands on deck. You got the number 1 seed. There's nothing. You know, next season you can only strive to do what you did this year. You can't do any better than 13-3 or 14-2. You know, you can't do any better than number 1 seed.
Yeah.
So you're here in this position. You might as well get out of it everything that you can.
Right. All right, Scotty, I'm going to have to break you up a little because they're saying the audio is horrendous.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
Is it really that bad?
Uh-huh.
Wisconsin Sports Central, all right. All right, we'll give us a couple minutes and we'll be right back.
Yeah, we're trying our best to keep us both in the studio, but the stupid Google Hangout's just retarded on us, so we can't really do this. We got to make sure you guys are having a good experience with this. Eagles are going 1 and done. You are dumb as fuck to think, as for now, he can beat a great team with a great defense. Raiders were bad, and Foles sucked and only showed up versus the Giants, whose defense sucked. First of all, motherfucker, the Giants' defense, believe it or not, is still a professional defense, and he torched them for 4 touchdowns. I was there, all right? You could have whoever you want at running back, Darkwa, that bum Gallman. You could have scrub-ass mediocre receivers at wide receiver, but they have Hall of Famer, Eli Manning, Hall of Famer, and you have to give credit where credit is due. It was his first full game since, I don't fucking know, last year in week 10 with Kansas City. So you have to put it in a retrospect that the guy has experience, and that's why I'm not so concerned. Because when it comes to Nick Foles, I'll see you in a bit, Scotty. When it comes to Nick Foles, the guy can do it. The defense needs to step up. In the last 3 weeks, other than this week, the last 3 weeks, the defense has not showed up. And that was concerning. But with that being said, I really feel that Nick Foles is the QB that I want, other than Carson Wentz, to lead this team, because he loves it here in Philadelphia. And I just believe that he wants it more. He just wants to prove something. He wants to get paid next year. He wants to prove something. Perfect timing, perfect stage for him to do it. And I truly believe he's going to do it. By the way, how's the audio now? Because he's out of the room. And Scotty's going to come back on. But he had to go into a different room because the audio was just awful. So I just want to hear what you guys think about that. Make sure that hoodie is fire, bro. To be honest with you, all right, audio is better, thanks. To be honest with you, I didn't want this. I really didn't want this because I'm going for something different. I want that Super Bowl. And I don't know. Like, to me, NFC championships are just overrated because I feel like if you beat 3 teams in the division, it's like, all right, 3 teams out of 31 or 2. I mean, it's cool, but it's not I want it all. I'm greedy. I want it all. Yeah, thanks everybody for saying the audio is good. Yeah, Scotty's going to come on soon. He's just getting his mic set up, and he'll be ready to go. But with that being said, I'm going to read some of these questions here, and we'll get to go. All right, Chris Garland, a troll, says, "Yet you act like you know what you're talking about and can't wait. The excuses when you lose. You will be so butthurt." Oh, will I? Will I be butthurt? Says the Cowboys fan that said he was going to win the division this year, go back to the playoffs, and kill everybody. Yeah, I'll be butthurt with my non-starting quarterback. No, if we win a playoff game, it'll be a success. It'll be a success to win a playoff game with your backup QB. Now, if we don't win a playoff game with our backup QB, it's a failure. I'm just going to put that right here, right now. Without Scotty being on here right now, he'll be on here in about 10 seconds. If we do not win a playoff game this year, even with Nick Foles, this season is an utter failure. It has nothing to do with the NFC East champion. You are a 13-2 team. If you do not win one playoff game with this team, and it's not all the quarterback, trust me, if you do not win a playoff game with this 13-2 team, this season's a failure. I don't care what anybody says. It's just what I think.
Yo, what's up, guys? I don't know if Metro can hear me or not.
Wait, yo, Scotty, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I got you. All right, cool.
All good. Sorry about that, guys. We got some audio technical difficulties again, but we're gonna get it fixed for next week. We're gonna be in the same studio. We're gonna get that worked out. We're gonna figure it out. But for now, we're separated.
Yeah, we're really separated right now. So when we take phone calls, I'm gonna have to relay the message to Scotty, and then he's gonna have to get back to me. But it is what it is. It's gonna be like Dixie cups. You know when you had those Dixie cups and the wires? Yeah, it's gonna be like that. But
I might be able to hear you through the Hangout, so we'll see.
Yeah, we'll see what happens, but you know how these fucked up shit works. All right. Thanks, Speed. All right, let's read some of these things. Meet the Mets says Goober. What the fuck does that mean? Yeah, but Scotty, we were just talking about how the season would be a failure if the Eagles do not win a playoff game. What are your thoughts on that?
Would it be a failure? I think it would be extremely disappointing if someone just walked by me right there.
I just saw that. Get out of my shot.
Get out of here, bro. Would it be a failure? I don't think anything's a failure with Wentz going down. I think this is all just icing on the cake with Foles. That's just my opinion. So it's not a failure, but I definitely want to at least get to the NFC Championship game. Just to have bragging rights over the whole division that, you know, we actually won a playoff game. We're not one and done. So that means something to me. So it's not a failure, but I definitely want to get to the NFC Championship game at least.
See, what Scotty is what we call a blind realist, all right? He wants to say that the season wouldn't be a failure if we didn't win a playoff game with a 13-2 team, all right? I don't care who your quarterback is. If your QB is Brandon Weeden, if your QB is Carson Wentz, if your QB is Donovan McNabb, if it's Eli Manning, it doesn't matter. A 13-2 record doesn't translate to just the QB. Your defense stepped up the whole year. They can't play like they did the last 3 weeks before the Oakland game. And if they play like they did for the whole season before that before the 3 weeks leading up to the Oakland game, there's no reason why we shouldn't win that first playoff game. You have dome teams coming to the link. Granted, Tampa Bay in 2002 beat us in the NFC Championship game, but that was on one occasion. You have dome teams come to the link with a hostile environment. Doug Peterson has been coach of the year, in my opinion, other than Sean McVay. And I just don't see any team coming in here and beating us, especially of the types of teams that would be coming. The Saints, Carolina Panthers, the Rams. I mean, they're good teams, but none of them scare me as great teams, and especially the Minnesota Vikings. The Vikings have a good defense, sure, but they still have Case Keenum at quarterback. So none of these teams scare me. I truly think we could go to the Super Bowl. I don't know about winning it now, but I really think we could at least show up in the Super Bowl. So we'll see.
Just to relay off you bat a little bit. As far as the quarterback point goes, I kind of agree with you, but there's something else going on in the league right now that kind of doesn't agree with your argument. I mean, you can look at Jimmy Garoppolo on the San Francisco 49ers.
Okay.
That team sucks. Like, they barely have any talent except for Joe Staley and that defensive line. He got there, the entire team changed. A quarterback that is above average, a young player with a lot of energy can definitely motivate a team to play amazing, above their capabilities. So I think the quarterback is still the most important position. So you're right that, we got here to this point 13-3 as a whole team, the defense, skill players, but you can't just say the quarterback, means nothing, because we see that Jimmy Garoppolo, who, he's balling out right now, but we really still don't know exactly what he is. He is on a 4-game win streak, took a shit team that nobody took seriously at all, thought that they could win 1 or 2 games, and now they're going to finish 6-10.
Yeah, Garoppolo looks like a stud. I can't take that away from you. Which brings me up to the next point. Who's going to be the better QB in the future? Carson Wentz or Jimmy Garoppolo? And this is all leading up. This isn't just skill. This is leading up to injuries.
Look what he's doing with bum wide receivers,
He's doing nothing. He's doing everything, not nothing.
They're nothing. They're wide receivers.
Yeah, they're not. Look at what Burt Hart did, whoever the fuck that guy is. And then the other clown they had, who was it, Brian Hoyer?
Yeah.
They did absolutely nothing with this team. This guy is shredding like teams like Jacksonville and teams like – well, they beat the Giants, but I don't think that was with Garoppolo.
They beat the Titans, too. That was a good win.
Yeah, they beat the Titans at home. So, Garoppolo, I don't know. They're both good QBs, but Wentz scares me, man, with his injuries. And, I hate saying this as an Eagles fan. I really do, but I really hope the ACL injury didn't ruin Carson Wentz's career, because usually when you come back from an injury to that standpoint, you're not the same player and you have to turn your game around a little bit, which means he won't be able to do the spins anymore. He won't be able to dive into linebackers like a retard, and he would have to turn his game around completely and become a pocket passer. Can he be a pocket passer only? That's the only question. And I don't know. I really don't, because we've been having the Dak versus Wentz discussion all year. It was a flawed discussion because everyone knew in their mother that Dak was not better than Carson Wentz. But it's different now because Carson Wentz won't have the same tools, in my opinion, that he had all this year next year. So we'll see what happens there. I honestly don't know, but I'm a little nervous.
The thing I'll say about that is I think this was not – there's never a perfect time to tear an ACL, but at least it was younger in his career. Where he's still young enough. He's, what's he, 24 years old. He can definitely.
Now it's his birthday. It's birthday today.
Is it today? I know it's in December, January.
Yeah.
He's a young enough player. He has a little bit of experience now where he can come back. I know he had some injuries in college as well that he can definitely, rebound from. So I think you're just thinking the worst right now. I think you're just negative nitro over here, thinking that Wentz is done. He's got to change his whole style. Yeah, he's got to protect the ball more, protect himself. But I don't think it's as big of a deal as you're making it out to be.
Hey, Chris Garland, all right? I see you in the comments section. When we give out the phone number, I want you to be the first person to call in and give your point of view on the Dallas Cowboys versus the Eagles on Sunday. That's what I want you to do. Going back to you, Scotty. Negative nitro. Well, I am being negative. You want to know why? Because I'm a fucking Eagles fan, all right? And I hate saying that, but because I love this team. And no, I'm not going to go all EDP on you because he's ultra negative, but you're about to go to the Super Bowl. It's week, 14? You're this close. You've been playing great all season. You've been running into players all season. All of a sudden, when it comes crunch time and you have to win a game against the Rams to get the number 1 seed, you tear your fucking ACL. It's like this only happens to teams that are cursed. This would never happen to the Patriots. This would never happen to the New York Giants. This would never happen to even the Dallas Cowboys. This happens to teams that are cursed. And I truly believe if the Eagles do not win a Super Bowl.
You
Huh?
think the Cowboys are cursed now with the Zeke suspension?
Wait, what?
You don't think the Cowboys are cursed with the Zeke suspension?
No,
They're,
because Zeke kicked the
they're
shit
pretty
out of
much.
his girlfriend. Like he deserved that. And
I'm saying for that to even to happen, they're still cursed. You know.
no, I mean, listen, all right. Zeke, he did that to himself. You could say the same for Carson Wentz. Did it to himself for running into two linebackers like a retard. But Carson Wentz's injury was an accident. Zeke's suspension was not an accident. So a curse, in my opinion, only goes for accidents, not on purpose. And I feel like we're the Browns. I really do. It sucks.
Browns on here. I'm gonna fucking fire at you if you call us the Browns, bro.
All right, go. Hey, it's your time. Time to show your magic, dude.
You're calling us the Browns right now.
I am. I'm calling us the Cleveland Browns right now.
This is the negative nature shit I'm talking about.
No, that's not negative, dude. I'm just telling you. We were this close to getting our first Super Bowl. Who was gonna beat us? Who?
We are 13-2. The Browns are 0-15 right now.
We might as well be in the same spot. We're still not gonna win a Super Bowl. Like, I mean, it's like, all right, listen, Scotty. Just listen to me good.
Oh my, we're gonna lose viewers. Keep calling us the Browns.
No, we won't. The Browns, are they gonna win Super Bowl this year? Yes or no?
Absolutely not.
Okay.
We have what? We have a 25% chance of winning.
We have a 30% chance of winning. But are the Eagles, in your opinion, going to win the Super Bowl this year?
According to you, they are. Not
according to me, they are. But how about you?
I think we have a 30% chance of winning.
Okay. You don't want to say it. But if Scotty would have said no, what does that equate to? No Super Bowl, no Super Bowl. Browns have no Super Bowls. Eagles have no Super Bowls. It sucks, but that's the fact of the matter.
I don't look at it that way. I mean, and some other fans.
All right. Maybe I'm being a little bit negative, all right, because the Browns have sucked ass every single year, and we've been competitive. But in my personal opinion,
that's how
competitive and not having a Super Bowl.
You're allowed to feel that way, but I think that's just a negative attitude.
No, I know. Listen, we've been competitive, in my honest opinion, since the early 2000s. It's 2018 tomorrow.
Except for what, 2012? That's the only year. Every other year.
Yeah. It's 2018 in 2 days. That's 18 years since 2000, whatever. Being competitive and not having at least one ring to show for it, that sucks more than knowing you suck and not having a ring, in my opinion. I thought this was the year, and I still think we could win. It's not as close as it would be without Carson Wentz.
Absolutely not. Like I said, Foles is not Wentz, never will be. He's a good backup quarterback, and that's all he is. He's Case Keenum, which isn't a bad thing. I knew you would like that one.
Yeah, I love it. Love that one. Yeah, we're gonna give out the phone number in a couple seconds.
All right.
We're just gonna try to get over
my laptop might die, so I'll be right back.
Huh?
I said I have to grab my charger because my laptop has 5%.
Oh, your charger's in here?
Yeah, I gotta grab it. I'm gonna dump myself in there.
Chris Garland, you played a lot of easy teams, like 9, 10 of your 13 wins were bad teams. Hey, look at your schedule last year. Your schedule last year was probably even worse than the one we dealt with this year. And going into this year, our schedule on paper was tough. It just happened to turn out this way where we had an easy time with the opponents this year because they sucked. On paper, it wasn't an easy schedule like yours was. So it's a little bit different. It doesn't matter because we're still 13-2. We're probably going to be 13-3. I'll give you that win tomorrow because we're going to sit all of our starters at halftime. But it doesn't mean anything because the Dallas Cowboys are, like this dude just said in the comment section, incompetent. They suck. They haven't been shit for 25 years. So it is what it is. Call it what you want. Sacred Eagle says Dallas played almost the same teams minus a 3-game road trip at the end of the year. Yeah, look, they're going to be 8-8 if they beat us. That's if they beat us. That's if they beat our third stringers. So I don't know. Dallas Cowboys fans are stupid. Not all of them, but a huge majority of them. Big time. Yo, Scotty boy, you back?
Nutcher, you want to know what I think?
Yeah, what's up?
I think the Eagles' backups can beat the Cowboys starters tomorrow.
Really? All right, I want to hear your theory on this. Let's go.
My theory on it is you got Tyron Smith on IR.
Okay.
You got Orlando Scandrick on IR. And, Sean Lee, he's always a fucking question mark. He's like a fucking doll on a china shop. We don't know when he's going to break.
Right.
And we're going to be playing hard. I mean, we just don't give games away. Like, Week 17, I think we're undefeated the last 4 or 5 seasons. We always beat the Giants in the last game of the year. We beat the Cowboys. Like, this team just cares about rivalries, and they care about Week 17 for whatever reason. I mean, the last time that we sat players and lost in Week 17 was our Super Bowl season.
Right.
The team just never lays down for division rivals. Good or bad, should we care that much about beating the Cowboys is, up for question. But we never just lay down against this team.
Right.
It's just a pride thing for us, even though it doesn't matter. But when you have a chance to go 6-0 in the division, it's only been done twice since 1970. Mm-hmm. I know you don't really care about that. You're like, Super Bowl or nothing. Mm-hmm. But it would be nice to get that. I mean, that would be pretty big bragging rights for the Eagles.
Yeah. I mean, I'm not like you. You're more positive than I am when it comes to this team in general. But I don't know. Maybe I'm just having a little bit of a breaking point because I finally got off the numbing pills from Week 14. But we'll see what happens. Season's not over. We still have home field advantage, and we still have the rights to go to the Super Bowl. Other teams in our division don't. So you're right on that. But I want to see how this team comes out tomorrow against a Cowboys team that doesn't want to be there. They just don't want to be there. And the more I think about it and the more I say it, can the Eagles and their backups beat a Dallas Cowboys team that does not want to fly on New Year's Eve across the country to Lincoln Financial Field in 19-degree weather?
You're still picking the Cowboys?
I don't know, to be honest with you. Do I see the Cowboys winning? Only because, I'm going to say yes, only because their starters are against our backups. But
what backups are we really playing if it's besides the quarterback if he goes in? I mean, that's really –
well, yeah, I've never really seen Sudfeld play.
And our backup O-line is trash.
Yeah.
Chance Warman, Sayamalu.
I don't know. I mean, I'm going for the tournament championship here, but I don't know. I mean, the Vegas line's what, 2.5? So
yeah, it was like 3.5 or 3. It went down a little bit.
Went down to 2.5. So I don't know. It could be surprising, but I'm not seeing anything. I was supposed to go to this game. I gave up my tickets because I'm going to New York for the New Year's Eve game. Well, New Year's Eve, but yeah. I mean, it'll be a good game. I think maybe. I don't know.
I'm going to say Eagles 21, Cowboys 10.
I'm going to say Eagles 13, Cowboys 2.
As long as we get the
13-10 Eagles.
Like I said, this is a meaningless game. I really don't care who wins, but it would be nice to get the win. I'm not that emotionally invested in it. Just want to see a good performance. Even if we play like shit, I mean, is your opinion really going to change that much? Probably not. Probably going to stay the same as it is now. If they play good, is your opinion going to change? Maybe a little bit, but probably not. It's a meaningless game. That's all you can say.
All right, Scotty, you ready to take some phone calls?
Let's go. Who's our first caller?
All right. I'm going to give out the hotline to our little booth here. Booth of Magical Wonders. 1-856-330-4749. 1-856-330-4749. 1-856-330-4749. So, if you guys want to call in, I'll be expecting you. And we'll go. All right. With that being said, how's your day going so far, Scotty, other than the Eagles?
My day's going pretty good. Worked a little bit this morning, some shoveling, some plowing the snow. Dude, how fucking cold has it been in this fucking area the past week?
It's been pretty cold. And, I'm over it already. I really am. I mean, usually I'm over the heat.
Especially on New Year's, I want to enjoy myself. I'm not trying to freeze and get pneumonia, so.
Yeah, me too.
So it's gonna be an uphill battle. We'll see how it goes New Year's Eve, New Year's Day.
Yeah, we'll see. But I don't know.
You want to pick some games here too?
Yeah, give me the schedule. We'll see how we go.
Looks like somebody put their phone number on here. Hulk Hater TV. I don't know what that's about.
Probably.
Why is that his number or is that the number of the studio?
That's the number of the studio.
Here, I'll type it in the comments just so people can see it again.
All right. Nothing yet. Oh shit! Someone's calling. Hello, welcome to the Philly guys. Where are you calling from? What's up, Meet the Mets? How you doing? What? Yo, what'd you want to talk about? All right, shoot. All right, first round opponent. What do you think, Scotty? I think our first round opponent is going to be the LA Rams because the LA Rams are sitting all their starters in Week 17 and they want to play us.
How fucked up is that? That they're going to lose a game on purpose. Sorry, is he talking right now? I can't really hear him.
Okay, Scotty's saying how fucked up is that because they're sitting their starters because they feel us as an inferior opponent.
I feel like no one's ever done that in NFL history.
I mean, I personally feel we have a good shot because we already beat the Rams, and Nick Foles beat the Rams at the end of the game to seal the game. It's going to be freezing out there, and LA is in a warm environment. So to answer your question, 50-50. I'm going to give it a 50-50 shot.
Can you turn Meet the Mets up? I don't think people can hear him in the chat, or use it all the way up.
Okay.
Radio noobs can't hear shit. We're learning, guys. Come on now. Just started. It's only like our third or fourth episode.
No, yeah, I know, and it sucks because I love Carson Wentz, but it is what it is. We have to move on with our backup and hopefully for the best. As a Giants fan, well, you being a Giants fan, it must suck enduring that painful season this year. Like I endured that season during the 2012 season, but yeah, that should not have been fun. Yeah, that's bad, dude. Yeah, but you know what? It is what it is. But yeah, man. Thanks for calling in, and definitely. All right, see you about that. See ya. Cool. Okay, so you guys couldn't hear Meet the Mets, but basically what he was saying is he sees the LA Rams beating us because they're just a better team than us without Carson Wentz. So I'm going to try to fix this to where I'm going to take my headphone jack out of here. All right. I'm going to put this in here. I'm going to turn on the monitor.
See if that works.
Yeah.
We're learning just like you guys here, so you got to give us a couple weeks to figure everything out.
Yeah, this is the first time we've done something with calls. But yeah, Meet the Mets just called in. Thank you for calling him Meet the Mets. He's a cool dude. Definitely not just an internet troll. He knows what he's talking about. Great video maker. And yeah, go give him a sub. It's Meet the Mets. But
like we said, we're just starting out, guys. So you're going to see our progress from when we start out to see where we go. So you're getting live action, live footage of everything. The mess up, shit, everything. Yeah,
like I said, this is our third show, and we already have calls. So I want Scotty to be in here. I want Scotty to be in here with us, but we're gonna have to figure out the echoing because it's putrid. And I don't know. We'll see what happens. Yeah, Meet the Mets said the Rams are built to win the playoffs. So yeah, he definitely has us beaten. The Rams coming in here and giving us a test and beating us. So I just don't. We'll see what happens there, dude. What are your thoughts on everything else Eagles related?
Jessica Brown said in the chat, Nitro, you don't want me calling in, dilly.
What the fuck is Jessica Brown?
I'm on troll.
Yeah, I don't know.
As far as first round opponent goes, It could be the Rams, but after them saying they're going to sit their starters, I hope they fucking lose in the first round. Honestly, I could see them losing anyways, even though they're at home.
Mm-hmm.
I could see the Falcons beating them. I could see the Panthers beating them. I kind of want to see that game actually, Panthers Rams. I
Yeah.
think that'd be a standing game, something that we haven't seen so far this season.
Right.
But probably going to be the Saints, man. That's what I'm really thinking. That rematch from 2013, 2014 playoffs. I really think it's the Saints, and that's going to be a tough game. It really is. That's the number one team that has our number, that is a threat to us. I'm going to say the Saints, and that's going to be, like I said, an interesting game.
Yo, what's up, NYG Joe? How you doing today? You want to call in? I'll give out the number to you. You can call in, and it looks like I just put it on the monitor so the listeners can hear. So that'll be cool. Meet the Mets was our first caller ever to the show. We appreciate that. It was a good call, and let's keep it rolling. All right, Jessica Brown says, Nitro, I'm the one that said you were going to bend over before the Seahawks win. Of course you don't remember me. Well, we didn't bend over before the Seahawks win. We bended over after the Seahawks win, and then we bend it back. So we're like one of those girls that just goes this way, that way, yeah, whatever. But you know what I mean. We're like an elastic band. We go this way, and we go, boom, back. That's what we do. Because we're the Philadelphia Eagles. Super Bowl, baby. Let's read some of these questions. Is anyone calling in? No one's calling in. All right. What is your opinion? What is your opinion of the feud between EDP and his dad? What's your opinion on that?
I haven't really kept up with it that much. I did see the initial video.
Mm-hmm.
It's all for entertainment. It's pretty fucking funny, but it's all for entertainment purposes on YouTube. Honestly,
right.
It's more about that than me. You're his best friend or one of his friends. Your friends are cool.
No, he's coming to the playoff game actually, the first round divisional round. So that should be pretty cool.
Yeah, that should be cool. Maybe I'll get to finally meet EDP and make a fucking video with him.
Yeah, that should be funny. Paul Richardson said, who do you think will win the college football playoff? Do you know anything about college sports?
Yeah, I actually watched, what was it, Ohio State last night.
Shitty game.
Yeah, it was pretty shit.
Yeah, dude, Sam Darnold should slip to the fourth round after that game. He looked horrible.
Yeah, I think the quarterbacks are all overrated in this draft, honestly, man. I mean, honestly, the best, you could probably say Josh Rosen. And then some people are high on Baker Mayfield, but I mean, I don't think there's a Carson Wentz or a Jared Goff in this draft.
What about the guy from Wyoming, Josh something? You might have to look him up, but he's ranked a top prospect by ESPN in the draft. So I think it's Josh Allen. Yeah, they have him as a huge prospect, and I actually saw a couple of his games on film, and he looks pretty poised. He doesn't look like Carson Wentz or anyone that special, but he looks like he could do something in the NFL one day. I'm not gonna take anything away from that.
Mm-hmm. But all these quarterbacks in the first round, you're definitely taking a chance on them. I would say lately a lot of them have worked out. You could say James Winston, even though he had a bad year this year, Marcus Mariota, Wentz, Goff. So, every year you'd think the talent evaluation gets better, but it's always, you're throwing a dart at a dartboard.
It's like a monkey throwing a dart at a dartboard, like you just said, like you were trying to say. But I totally agree with you, dude. Like, the NFL draft is so random, and that's why the Browns passed on Carson Wentz. They weren't viewing him for his future. They were viewing him as what they saw him at North Dakota State, and they saw a young guy in the Division I AA or whatever. Mm. Like, he was winning games, but they couldn't make much off of him because of the division he was playing in. And as you're seeing right now, that means jack shit, because he looked like the best QB in the league this year, especially now that Tom Brady is just playing mediocre football. Like, I don't even think he's the MVP anymore. So, I don't know. Who's my MVP?
Yeah.
Todd Gurley.
Todd Gurley, huh?
Mm-hmm.
I just don't know if a team with not the best record can win the MVP, or like, at least, I don't know. I mean, I could see the Rams get to the Super Bowl. I just don't want it to happen. I think that would suck.
Yeah.
Where else? So I would still say Brady, but it's close.
I mean, I personally wouldn't mind seeing Carson Wentz still win the MVP because he still has the most touchdown passes in the
I don't
league.
think any Eagles fan would mind that at all.
No, I wouldn't mind that. But is it going to happen? Probably not.
At least he made the Pro Bowl, right? We don't care about the Pro Bowl. So.
Yeah, he's a starter. I can't wait to see him.
Yeah, I can't wait to see him with one ACL.
Yeah. But we won't have to see him because we're going to be playing in the Super Bowl. So.
Yeah, Wentz will make us a Terrell Owens comeback, right? In the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
He's got God on his side, too, so that's a plus.
Oh, yeah, he totally has God on his side. Yeah, look what happened.
It happens in mysterious ways, man. It could be for the better. Who knows? It's for the better. Like you said, he's going to change. He's got to fix what he's got to fix, change his playing style a little bit.
Like you saw Jay Ajayi. I don't know if you actually saw this, but when Jay Ajayi, when Wentz ran into the two linebackers, Jay Ajayi was like, yo, he's got to stop doing that. He gets up and his knee's wobbling, dude. Like, I watched the footage. His knee was fucked. Like, it was bad. And, it just sucks. He has to stop fucking doing that or else he's going to die. He's not going to just get an ACL injury. He's going to die because someone's going to go after his head, give him a concussion that he can't come back from. He's going to die in a hospital bed and never be the same ever again. So he's got to fix the way he plays.
The thing I will say about that is, did you know that since 1970, only 10 Eagles quarterbacks have played a full 16 games?
Well, Carson Wentz was one of them.
Donovan McNabb only did it 4 seasons. And how long did he play for us?
Well, it's because of the same shit we were just talking about. Donovan's playing style was erratic. Like it was all over.
Our quarterbacks always get hurt. It's not like an Eli Manning that stays in the pocket and doesn't move around.
Well, I mean, Donovan McNabb's playing style is similar to Carson Wentz's, and you saw what Donovan happened in the later days of his career. He turned more into a pocket passer. He never ran out.
Fat and slow too.
Yeah, he got really fat. He ate too much cheesesteaks, and he slowed down a little bit.
So do you think Wentz has to turn into that, like a Big Ben, kind of like build, like bigger and not as athletic? It's like when you're that athletic, it's hard not to want to use your ability and your talents to extend the play. When you're capable.
I know.
That's the thing.
See, I wouldn't mind if he stayed doing what he was doing on his feet. I just don't want him running into tacklers. I want him to learn how to slide. And he doesn't know how to do it. He was like Eli Manning in his earlier career where he would slide head first and lose the football. Mm-hmm. That's what he did. And that's the thing that the Giants fans have that we don't have is a durable, reliable quarterback. And we've never had one.
Even though he sucks now, but
even though he's always sucked, but they have one. He's serviceable.
He's gonna be back next year. How do you feel about that? All those reports coming out. I don't know about that, man. I thought this was the end. Like, why are you doing this for just another year? I know 8-8.
Well, the Giants just signed David Gettleman. He's the guy. If you remember the Carolina Panthers, he got rid of all of the star players, and then he went out with a bang, mic drop. So,
like people Kelly, right?
Yeah, I love the hire that the Giants got. I'm now expecting the Giants to go after, as head coach, our defensive coordinator, Jim Schwartz. Do I want Schwartz to go? No. But all I know is it's a win-win because I know we'd find someone to fill his shoes, and Jim Schwartz is a below-average head coach, so the Giants would still suck. So if you want to take him, take him. If not, leave him to us, and we'll be dominant on years to come for the defensive side of the ball.
It's going to be interesting what they do. I think they want Schwartz because they have all that money invested on the defensive side of the ball, so that makes sense.
Mm.
But you're going to need an offensive mind. I mean, Eli could even be the offensive coordinator. You're right. I mean, I could see them going after Schwartz. I don't really want to say John Gruden, but I think that's a possibility now. Josh McDaniels.
John Gruden's going to Tampa.
I think they're going to keep Dirk Cutter. They said that yesterday, which is surprising.
He sucks. Why would they keep him?
I would say Gruden, McDaniels, or Schwartz. Those are your 3 main candidates right there.
Well, I wouldn't go back to McDaniels because he failed in Denver.
I think he got a better shot than Schwartz, though. I mean, we didn't really see that much of McDaniels. Schwartz, he had like 4 or 5 seasons. I think he made the playoffs once.
I mean, he was all right. You had Megatron that whole time. You had Stafford that whole time.
And the defense is good, too. We got a lot of good players.
Yeah, and he's a defensive-minded coach. He's actually a really good defensive-minded coach, but he lacks the offensive game. And as a head coach, you need to be balanced, and he just doesn't have it.
Are you want to pick some games here from week 17?
Yeah, let's do it. Pull up the schedule.
All right, got it up right now. We're gonna keep track of our picks. I know I went 13-3 last week. I'm not sure what you did. We'll definitely keep track of our playoff standings, and we'll see who comes out on top at the end. Maybe we'll put some money on the line. We'll do something.
Yeah, we'll put a nickel or something
there. All right. Well, we already picked the Dallas Philly game. We both going with the Birds, right? You're not gonna back on that now, are you?
Let me check something real quick.
Let's check the line. Did it go down in the past 10 minutes?
Okay, so you got Philly as a 3-point underdog at home.
I'm taking Eagles. They're gonna cover the spread. They're gonna win 21-10.
All right, you're taking Eagles. I'm gonna take the Dallas Cowboys. I'm gonna be a bad fan this week. I don't see.
All right, everyone go blow up Nitro on Twitter.
Yeah, I don't see our backups beating their starters. I'm sorry, I just don't.
That's to play till the second half, and that might be enough. So it's in Philly too. It's gonna be cold as shit. It's gonna be fucking real. It's gonna be colder than the Raiders game. Is that even possible?
No, dude. The only way it could be colder is if it's windy.
All right, so let's head to our next game here now. Green Bay Packers at the Detroit Lions. Pretty much another meaningless bowl game. You got Brett Hundley visiting Matthew Stafford. Based on that, I'm going to go with Matthew Stafford and the Lions. They fucked up last week. They lost to a bad Bengals team that had nothing to play for. Their head coach is going to be let go or mutually parting ways, whatever the fuck it is. I'm taking the Lions to beat just a bad Green Bay team. They have no talent without Aaron Rodgers. So I'm going to take Detroit in that game. Get another winning season, 9-7. That's good for the Lions. We'll see if they keep their head coach or not. But who do you think is going to win this game?
I agree. I got to go with the Detroit Lions. I don't like Brett Hundley. They put up a goose egg last week at home against Minnesota. Granted, it's Minnesota's defense, but it doesn't matter. If you're at home, you got to at least score a field goal. And goose eggs to me are they're bad. I don't care. they're just bad.
Especially week 16. You know, you'd think you would have your shit together by now, but apparently not.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm going with Detroit. I'll go with a score of 31-13.
31-13. I could see that happening. It's in Detroit, so Lions always struggle against the Packers, but the Packers, I mean, they just signed Devontae Adams to another extension. I don't know about their man. They got to get some fresh talent in there, some younger players.
Yeah.
Our next game, probably the shittiest game of the week, the Houston Texans visiting the Indianapolis Colts. Two franchises not going anywhere fast, especially this season. Both struggling from quarterback injuries to Deshaun Watson and Andrew Luck. Colts are favored in this game. I think Jacoby Brissett is better than whoever the Texans put on the field. If it's Tom Savage, if it's TJ Yates, or if it's that fourth-string quarterback that I have no idea what his name is that came in the fourth quarter against the Steelers looked like dog shit. So based on all that, I'm going to go with the Indianapolis Colts in probably a 16-13 type of game.
That's going to be a real snooze ball, man. Like, I mean, if you had to put me in prison for a day and watch the game, well, if I had a choice to watch the game or put me in prison for the day, it would be a tough decision. I'd probably watch the game, but it's pretty much the same fucking thing because who the hell wants to watch this game? I'm going to go with the Colts.
Texans just suck, man. I don't know the last time they won a game.
17-9.
They just got blown out by the Steelers. Well, I can't wait till Deshaun Watson comes back. He was definitely an exciting player, but until that happens, the Texans are unwatchable.
Yeah, I don't really like to remember that because I was scrolling down the comment sections when Deshaun Watson got injured, and it was on Twitter. And then some Cowboy fan goes under it, and she asks Carson Wentz, and she's like, "You're next, bitch." And then it happened.
Fuck, hopefully that bitch gets hit by a car.
Or a truck.
All right, next game, Chicago Bears at the Minnesota Vikings. Now, at face value, this game should be a blowout. But this game really is going to be interesting because if the Bears can somehow pull off the upset of the century, the NFC playoff picture it's up for grabs. Not only would the Vikings lose to an awful Bears team, if the Panthers win, they can jump up to the 2 seed. So this game really has some big implications if the Bears can play spoiler here. Don't think it's going to happen because they're the Bears. They have John Fox. He's going to be fired. But there's a chance, man. I'm going to go with the Minnesota Vikings. That defense has been balling out.
Yeah, you'd be high not to go with Minnesota this week. Even after everything you just said, there is no way in fuck the Chicago Bears are going to Minnesota with Minnesota having everything on the line seed-wise and winning that game. But I will say it'd be a closer game than what it actually will. It's a 12-point spread when it comes to the game.
It'd be closer than that.
I'm going to say the Chicago Bears lose 24-20.
It's definitely going to be a thriller, especially if the Bears can win. How exciting is that going to be for those 425 games? That's going to be a huge upset, but I don't have the balls to call it right now. Minnesota's a better team.
Right.
All right, next game, New York Jets at the New England Patriots. Another game doesn't have that much meaning. Patriots just signed James Harrison. That's been in the news. I'm sure you've heard about it on every fucking video in your timelines. We're not really going to cover that again here.
Bastards.
I'm taking the Patriots. They own the AFC East. They own the AFC.
Mm-hmm.
I'm still picking them to go to the Super Bowl. They're going to go 13-3 here and beat up on a Bryce Petty and Christian Hackenberg, whoever the fuck's plays. New England all day.
Yeah, I got New England as well. New England, they're a bunch of scumbags, man. Like,
you ever talk about the James Harrison?
I do. Like, I mean, if you're a football fan, you expected the New England Patriots to pick up James Harrison. Like, the Steelers get rid of him after the Patriots absolutely rob, and I mean rob, the Pittsburgh Steelers in Pittsburgh. Then they release James Harrison because he's too much money and he's too old. And the Patriots they just got rid of him. Let's rob him again. Well, not rob him, but let's just stab him in the back once again and just take their best player of all time, or one of them, and put him on our team for a Super Bowl run. The Patriots are so fucking slimy, man. It's like I was actually kind of hoping that the Philadelphia Eagles would have scooped in and got James Harrison, but the fact that the Patriots did it
would have been a good fit.
Yeah, and the Patriots didn't only get James Harrison. As you remember, they picked up Martellus Bennett from Green Bay when he won it out of Green Bay. Mm-hmm. So the Patriots, I don't understand if you're not a fan of the Patriots, I don't understand how you can like the Patriots, because they're just a fucking scumbag organization. They're a bunch of fucking meatheads and like fucking idiots. I don't like them at all.
I mean, you say that, but this is just a reminder that the Patriots are the best team in the NFL, the smartest team in the NFL, and they just cheat quarters above everybody else. It sucks, but it's true. And honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if they cut James Harrison like next week just to talk you to the Steelers. Just to make it cool. I mean,
it's like they did with that one player, Tyquan Underwood, right before the Super Bowl. He gets like a Vince Lombardi trophy like shaved into his head, or a Patriot symbol shaved into his head, and then a week before the Super Bowl they cut him.
Will they ever be knocked off? That's the question at this point.
Or they've been knocked off. They got knocked off by the New York Giants.
Yeah, that was 2011. They've won 2 Super Bowls since then. Especially with that
lucky
comeback last year.
Yeah.
So until Brady or Belichick dies, that's the team to beat.
Yeah.
So, all right, moving on from all that depressing shit with the Patriots.
Yeah.
Let's go back home. Let's go back to our division, the Washington Redskins at the New York Giants.
Come on.
I'm taking the Redskins here. I thought about the Giants upset, but the Giants, they just suck. They really can't win a game. Of course, they play well against us. Their Super Bowl 2 weeks ago. Of course, we were at that game.
Yeah.
Well, besides that, they got blown out by the Cardinals of all teams last week and Drew Stanton. So that tells you all you need to know about the Giants. Taking the Redskins, Kirk Cousins playing for a contract. Will he be in Washington? I'm going to say yes, but it's the Redskins, man. They've been awful since the 90s. I'm going to win this game, though. It's in New York. Giants just suck.
Yeah, the Giants suck. And Babbitt just said, this is our year. All right, Babbitt, whatever you say. Yeah, I don't know. I agree. But, yeah, going off what you just said, the Giants suck. Yeah, they're bad, dude. But they're going to try to beat Washington. They own the all-time record against Washington. So
I was thinking about picking the Giants in this game, but got blown out by Drew Stanton.
Yeah.
I know it was in Arizona, but Drew Stanton, he fucking sucks.
Yeah, they got shut out. All right. I'm going to say Kirk Cousins throws the game once out of Washington, and the New York Giants end the season with a win.
I wouldn't be shocked. It can go either way with this game. All right, so I have the Redskins. You have the Giants. Next game, the Cleveland Browns at the Pittsburgh Steelers. Will the Browns go 0-16?
Yes.
Is there any question? Do they have any hope? Can they rally the troops?
No, absolutely not.
Is this the worst? Is this the worst team in NFL history?
Yes.
Worse than the 2008
Yes.
Detroit Lions. They are that bad.
They're bad.
Right,
they're really bad. Deshaun Kaiser is one of the worst QBs I've ever seen. All of their wide receivers are small besides Josh Gordon, who can't stay off the weed. Their running back is a joke. Their head coach is a joke. Their franchise is a joke. I have a little story to tell, actually. All right.
Not completely fired if they go 0-16.
I went with my boy to Ohio this summer, and we went to the Cleveland Browns Stadium. I think it's First Energy Stadium. We went to the pro shop. It was dead. It was like a ghost town. The guy at the counter, fucking big ass meathead. All right. I go up to him and I'm like, "What are your expectations on this season upcoming?" And he's like, I think we could be better. I think we could win at least 4 to 5 games. And you could tell he was literally about to cry inside. I felt so bad for this guy. I wanted to give him a hug. And this guy was fucking huge. He was like a guy you didn't want to fuck with. And then all of a sudden this guy is just about to commit suicide over the counter. Being a Cleveland Brown fan must suck because your season is done before it starts. And next year, I just don't see it changing. I'm sorry, I don't. You guys need everything. You need a new head coach, quarterback, offensive line, defensive line, cornerback, safety, special teams, fans, stadium, kicker, punter. It's kind of mean.
It is, man. You go 0-16, you're the butt of jokes. You deserve everything you get. The fans don't deserve it, but the team does. That's,
Yeah. They got their dog pound. They're happy.
All right, Steelers will blow them out. Steelers, God. Can you imagine being in the division if you're the Browns and you have to play the Steelers 2 times a year?
Yeah.
All right, next up, we got the game of the week, the most exciting game with the most playoff implications. And that is the Carolina Panthers visiting the Atlanta Falcons. Cam Newton versus Matt Ryan. 2 pretty good quarterbacks in the NFC. Former NFL MVPs, might not always agree with that. They might not always play like that, but they did win that shit. I'm taking the Atlanta Falcons here. They win. They're in. It is at home. They did lose to the Panthers a couple weeks ago, 20-17, in a pretty good game. They had a couple Julio drops in that game that really cost them.
Mm-hmm.
But, they are the defending NFC champions. They went to Super Bowl for a reason last year. Mm-hmm. So I'm riding with Matt Ryan and the Falcons. How do you feel about this?
Yeah, I agree. I got to go with Matty Ice and the Falcons. I feel like the Falcons, this is where they turn it on. Carolina, my team, is that team that goes back and forth. One week, they look like they're Super Bowl contenders. The next week, they look like trash. So I'm going to say Atlanta at home. They're going to beat the Carolina Panthers by a score of 35-21.
35. So you think it's going to be like over a 10-point game?
Yeah.
Win. I don't really see that happening. I see it coming down to the wire again just because it's week 17.
Yeah, but listen, you have to understand that the Atlanta Falcons are playing for something. The Carolina Panthers aren't.
It depends if the Bears can pull off a massive upset. But
no, that has nothing to do with anything. Seattle, if Seattle wins and Atlanta loses, Seattle's in.
So you think that they want to play Atlanta and not Seattle?
No, what I'm saying is Seattle and Atlanta are the last 2 teams on the bubble. If the Falcons win, they're in. They're in. If the Seattle Seahawks win and the Falcons lose that game, Seattle's in.
Oh, yeah, I know that, but how's that going to affect how Carolina plays?
Oh, how Carolina plays? Because they're in the playoffs. Like, they know they're not going to be a 1 seed. They know they're not going to get a first-round bye. So
they can if the Bears win. That's the thing.
The Bears aren't going to win it, though, dude.
I mean, stranger things have happened on week 17. It's going to be a crazy day. That's all I'm going to say.
Yeah, speaking of that, I remember when the Tampa Bay Buccaneers were favored by 15 points against the Oakland Raiders, and it was the last day of the season, and we won 44-6 against the Cowboys, and the Oakland Raiders beat the Tampa Bay Buccaneers to help us out.
That was probably the best day as an Eagles fan. That was better than even winning the NFC Championship game in 2004, just because all that shit had to happen. And then we blow out the Cowboys and Terrell Owens, and we go all the way to the NFC Championship game. That was a really, really fun season. Thought that would be our year, but that day was one of the craziest in NFL history, honestly.
Definitely. But yeah, our podcast is going over a little bit over an hour right now. If you guys want to call in, it's 856-330-4749. But yeah, we're going to wrap this up soon anyway because, like I said, we try to keep it an hour to an hour and a half. But we like doing this with you guys every single week. It's fun. And, let's read some of these questions right here, comments and questions. All right, Final Flash. Huge Eagles fan says, the Vikings game will be over by the time the Falcons play the Panthers. Will it be?
It will, because that game's at 1. Panthers-Falcons is at 4:25.
Okay.
So we'll know if the Vikings won or lost if the Panthers, play their starters and they try and win that game.
Well, yeah. I mean, if the Vikings aren't going to lose that game, dude. They're just not going to. Like, fucking Green Bay, the Bears are atrocious.
Bears play them tough, though, man. I'd be shocked, but it would be fucking insane.
It would be nuts, but I just don't see it happening. All right, Sacred Eagle says, what do you think about Sidney Jones starting?
Yeah, we kind of covered that earlier, but
Yeah, we covered that earlier, but we'll talk about it again. I think it's all right. I mean, I guess we'll see. I mean, I wasn't really sold on the pick. I know the guy's going to be good in the NFL, but we need a running back. I don't know. I don't know how he helps us. I don't know how he hurts us. I just don't know.
You're not sold on J.J. as the running back, then.
I love J.J. though. J.J. is just not being used right because Doug Peterson's not the most brightest fucking coach out there, so he doesn't know how to use them. But I don't know. Well, like I said before, the playoffs are here. We'll see what happens with J.J. and we'll see.
So Sidney Jones, I think he can be a difference maker. It just depends how well he adjusts to our system and how far he is off of the injury.
Yeah.
If he can step up and give us a pretty damn good corner, it's going to make a difference because it's going to make the defense better.
All right. So Jamie Boswell said, if Nick Foles gets hurt, what do we do? And then ex-Bacon Grizzly 69 said, at Jamie, get lubed and get ready to get fucked. Dude, the comment section's lit.
I mean, pretty much. If Foles ever went down, I think you'd have a stroke. You'd be in the hospital, fucking Nitro. We all know that. You'd be doing the podcast live from fucking Berkeley.
I don't think I'd watch, honestly. I'd be like, yeah, the season's over. It's a wrap.
If that happens, then we are fucking cursed.
Oh, yeah, we're done.
Not gonna happen. It's just going to be
a
old pick six. That's how we're going to lose.
No, fucking Sudfeld would go out, roll out. He'd be like, holy shit, you're wide open. He'd throw the ball. And then two LBs at the same time and one quarterback go up to pick the ball. And it goes bounce, bounce, bounce. Lands in the hands of our wide receiver. He drops it, fumbles it, and they run it back for a touchdown.
I can't even imagine.
It's like something out of a fucking Christmas story. Oh, Sudfeld.
Don't make a movie about it. Any other good comments here, guys?
Yeah, Eagle Speed is Eagle Speed is excited for Nate Sudfeld.
Well, you're going to see some of them on Sunday, that's for sure.
Didn't he play for fucking Washington?
Yeah, he was on their practice squad. He's never had any live game action. Maybe in the preseason. That's about it.
Watch him be the best QB ever.
Are we that lucky? Are we the Patriots?
Yeah.
That's 3 good quarterbacks. How about that Patriots? They had Tom Brady, Jimmy Garoppolo, and Jacoby Brissett at the same time.
Yeah, Brissett's all right.
He's all right, but he's starting right now. He's a backup, but
he's starting by default.
I know, but as your third string quarterback, that's not. And now he's starting, and I think he won at least one game.
Yeah. No, I guess you're right.
That's probably the best quarterback room of all time. Another tip your hat to the Patriots, like they need anymore.
Yeah. Yeah, but they sold off Garoppolo for a second-round pick. Like, that's nothing.
Yeah, they probably made a mistake there, but it is what it is. If they win another Super Bowl this year, does it really matter?
Yeah, because their future. They want to win every year.
I know their fucking future, but I think it's time for them to take a step back.
Yeah, just take a fucking step back for once. Let the other crowd win one.
How many did they? You really need to get 6? I mean, isn't that enough? Shit.
It's more than the Cowboys.
How are we doing on time here? You said a little bit over an hour.
We are at 1:03.
1:03. Any last minute question, guys? And if someone wants to call in too, you can do that. See how that works with them.
Yeah, we had one caller today, which is good enough for me on a third day on a podcast. Like, that's pretty awesome. That's pretty lit. But if anyone else wants to call in and give us a piece of your mind, you could say anything. Hey, if you're a hater of the show, come on in, talk to us. Maybe we'll make you a fan. Anything, Cowboys fans, come talk to us. Say how we're not going to beat you guys or how we're going to fail in the playoffs. That's another plus. Talk anything. Talk about New Year's. Talk about fucking sex. I don't give a shit. Just come on and talk.
We got some questions so you can stop rambling on.
All right.
Eagles speed. Are the Eagles receivers overrated? Did Wentz make them look better than what they are? Probably a little bit.
Wait, what was the question?
Are the Eagles receivers overrated? Did Wentz make them look better than they are?
No.
I'd say a little bit like Torrey Smith, Aguilar. Because I know Aguilar had a couple drops on Monday against the Raiders. I think Alshon Jeffrey's a number one receiver. I think a low end, a low number one. But I would definitely say that Wentz definitely made them better.
Alshon Jeffrey, in my opinion, makes the offense run. And before you say anything else, I've been watching film this whole season. This guy gets double-teamed, covered, pushed, bumped, and everyone else is open. Zach Ertz was open. Nelson Aguilar was open. Like, everyone else was open for him. Wentz. And I just felt, like you said, I think you said this, Alshon Jeffrey gets this I don't think you said it. I think I just said it, actually. But, yeah, he gets doubled every game. So you have to expect people to get open.
Yeah, he's definitely a huge difference maker this season. Better than having Dorial Green back on, that's for sure.
Yeah.
Nothing the Pats do is a mistake. They made a couple mistakes, just hasn't cost them. They still win the Super Bowl no matter how many mistakes they make.
Yeah.
All right. I've got some good questions here. Do you like that there's no Sunday night game?
Yes, because it's New Year's Eve.
Yeah, it's New Year's, and I think that 425 frenzy of all those, like, fucking 10 games at 425 is going to be pretty fucking lit.
Jessica Brown, you just said, do I like to get spanked?
All right, we got to keep it PG-13 on here, right?
I mean, we don't. But, I mean, to answer your question, no, I don't.
I think we got Babbitt in the listening, so we got to keep it PG-13.
Yeah, his bedtime's at like 9:30, so we got to keep it lit.
What are your thoughts on Russell Wilson as an Eagles fan? Do you really care about that question?
No. I don't care about that question at all, but I'll answer. I don't give a fuck about Russell Wilson. Fuck him.
Got a lot of questions about Sidney Jones again, people that are just coming on now.
Nah, because they're excited. I understand Eagles fans are excited about Sidney Jones, but Sidney Jones, he's coming off injury. In my opinion, he's still a college cornerback because he hasn't played this year, and we'll see what he's made of. Maybe he's a natural. Who knows? I just haven't seen yet. So tomorrow will tell if he's ready for the playoffs. If he doesn't have a good game tomorrow, you do not activate him for the playoffs.
Yeah, you're just worried about future injury, but I think it's definitely worth the risk just to see what he's all about. Supposed to be a top 10 pick.
Yeah.
Top 10 players. Yeah, top 10 picks are game changers most of the time. Not all the time, but we'll just have to see.
Yeah, I agree, man.
Any last minute questions here? Darby or Mills? Darby.
Yeah, I agree.
Thoughts on the 4th and John podcast?
Thoughts?
What'd you say?
What's your thoughts?
I'm going to let you start off with this.
All right. It's good. I mean, they're working hard. I think I answered this last week. I don't know why everyone's so obsessed with me answering the 4th and John thing, but I mean, I watched a couple episodes. I'm not really big on it because they're on a Tuesday night and I work, but they talk birds. I can't hate on it. They're doing a good job. They're going to be on the USA Network, so that's big.
Yeah, I saw that. That'll be pretty.
Yeah, that's pretty big. They're moving pretty quickly. I know they were disappointed about not getting a TV gig, but they're moving pretty quickly. They got to take a chill pill though, because if you try to get too big of a head and try to move too quick, that's when it doesn't work out. So you got to slow down a little bit and realize that other people have been here longer than you have. So that's why they gave Mike Missanelli the TV shtick before they gave anyone else it, because he's been here forever. Mm-hmm. And I saw that a couple people were mad that 4th and John didn't get that TV slot. And honestly, in the back of my head, I was like, who do you guys think you are right now? Like, yeah, you're having a successful show, but it takes time. This shit takes time, you know, and they're doing a good job. But don't get over your head too quick because it takes time. You'll get your time. It's just it just slowed down the process a little bit.
If they want us to be authentic fans, we're not going to say no, right?
What?
If they want us to be authentic fans on NBC Sports Philadelphia, we're not going to say no, right?
Well, I mean, the authentic fan. All right, let's do the definition. What is an authentic fan? What's your opinion of an authentic fan?
I would just say a diehard fan.
Yeah, but why wouldn't you just say diehard fan?
An authentic fan or a diehard fan. What's the difference? I guess you watch every single game, keep up with the Eagles almost every single day. An authentic fan. What's that mean? Like you buy a fucking jersey? Like you go to the game? Like
to be honest, I don't even know. I personally think, and I'm going to get in on this real quick, I feel like Philadelphia as a whole would be the only fan base in any sport to make the motto authentic fan, because we have nothing else to look forward to, and it makes ourselves feel better.
I think they're doing it everywhere. I saw it in the 49ers.
Really?
Yeah, I think they're doing it everywhere. It's like an NBC or something like that.
Yeah, I don't know. Authentic fan. It doesn't really mean much to me. If you're a fan, you're a fan. Just be a good fan. That's basically it. Like if you're an obsessed fan like me in some of the sports, yeah. I mean, I understand that, but I guess I don't know. Just be a good fan. Oh, XXD Town XX says EDP is a faggy, a faggoy. The fuck? What's up, D Town? I don't even know if that's really you, but what's up, man?
I liked one of these other questions from Sacred Eagle. Where is it at? Would you rather have the Vikings or Saints in the championship game if we make
Vikings?
Vikings. I said that too. I think the Saints are going to be the number one team to knock us out. They're going to be our toughest opponent. Just because Alvin Kamara, he's a damn good runner. It's going to be hard to stop. We're good against the run, but when you have Alvin Kamara and Drew Brees, that's fucking deadly.
Right. No, I somewhat agree. But yeah. Any last thoughts?
If Sidney Jones completely locks up Dez, should he start over Mills in the playoffs?
No. Nope. All right, y'all crazy. How are you not afraid of Minnesota? I'm just not. Like, the defense looks good, but I'm just not afraid of them.
Yeah, I think – and we've had success against them. Even last year we beat them at 7-9. Obviously, they're a different team. But I think we just match up well against them. It'll probably be like a low-scoring game. I don't think anybody will score more than 20 points.
Right.
But I like us over Minnesota.
Big time. Top 5 offense and top 5 defense.
They're kind of like the Panthers without Cam Newton.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree with that.
But, we beat them this year, so.
Yeah, we beat the Panthers, so. All right. Other than the Browns saying that they're not going 0-16, you have any thoughts, Scotty?
No, it was another good show today, man. Enjoy the games tomorrow, and we'll see the wild card games.
Not this weekend.
Happen. What's up?
It's not this weekend.
No, so we'll see who's going to play in them.
Oh, okay, yeah, and then we'll do a wild card weekend recap next week. We'll be back here, and hopefully get more calls. We got one today, so that's a step. Hey, it's a step.
We're still working on the technical issues, so hopefully in a couple weeks we'll have everything figured out, be in the same studio, no echo, and get our calls up and running.
Yeah, get our shit together. And anything else you'd like to say?
Nah, guys, have a great New Year. Enjoy yourself.
Have a good New Year. Stay safe. Don't drink and drive. Fly, Eagles, fly. I'm out. Peace. Philly guys, I'm out.
See you guys.